Hello out there, Gamingverse. This is once again the K3 Shadow, here to talk about the pretty much anything gaming related. Sorry it took me so long for my first video. I had some real life issues that needed to be addressed. Not to mention, I actually got back from COD Elite, and I'm kind of pretty exhausted from that as well. But that's another subject. Right now, I'm here to talk my second video. I apologize. This isn't a more recent game. I did, however, manage to get my hands on Deus Ex actually yesterday, and I'm hoping to get a review on that within the week, if not at least by next week. But without further ado, here is my next review: Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon. First of all, I'd like to go on record to say I am a fan of the series. I am an Earth Defense Force mark. It is a game that is just how I feel as a gamer. It just goes back to the basis of why we play games as well, just mindless fun. And for me, it certainly delivers on that, even though it is a more or less an underground title. The series, I've noticed, is one of those series that people know about it, but chances are they never played it. But I won't talk about the series. I'm going to talk about the latest installment. Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon is the latest in the series, and for I guess the all two of you who didn't already know that, and it came out within the summer. I don't know why there is such a drought within video games during the summer, and if anyone out there knows the reason why, I would love you to come on and like elaborate with me why that is the case, because it kind of pisses me off how you will have this drought of people, just looking for like new games to play, especially like young kids wanting to fill up their summer with games, and they see like nothing on the table, and all the while, all the games are going to come out like in the fall or during the winter, and here comes Call of Duty ready to dominate once again with Battlefield 3, being the X factor. But once again, I apologize. I need to get back to talk about the game. Okay, the latest Insect Armageddon is the story is very simple. It's pretty much a group of humans trying to hold off an alien invasion. Giant bugs and robots. There, you know the story. The Earth Defense Force. It is an interesting game in its simplicity. If you let it get yourself into it, you will probably enjoy the game at least for a short while. This time around, they look to improve the flaws of 2017. The thing is that I actually enjoyed 2017 a lot more than I do this new installment, and I will get to that pretty much like right now. First of all, Insect Armageddon tries to bring out little quips during the gameplay, talking about the 2017 or the previous title. They would say like, "Oh, I love being Earth Defense Force, not those guys over at Tokyo or whoever they are. We at Lightning have the real deal. They didn't have near our firepower." It's always taking jabs at the previous game and the boys that you play over in Tokyo in 2017, and I find that a little bit annoying. But whatever, it isn't too bad. But one thing I noticed while playing the game is that your character does speak for probably the first time. The character you're playing, who is a member of Team Lightning, will speak, and honestly, he sounds like Master Chief Light. He really does. Those of you who've already played the game know exactly what I'm talking about, so I won't really get into it, but you will most likely think Master Chief once you hear them speak. That's also a pro, I mean, it ain't much, but, having talking characters, that's pretty good. Another pro to the game is actually for the first time there's Xbox Live. This was the main weakness of 2017. 2017 is mindless fun, but it begs for Xbox Live. And in Insect Armageddon, they pretty much fill that void. You can go online and chat with your friends, and it's not just split screen, or just link. You can actually go online and like go anywhere in the world and like play Insect Armageddon, and that's pretty much the biggest win for this game for me. Also, another feature in this game is actually you can actually pick different classes. In the previous game, you only played as one class. And you just pick different weapons to shoot as. This time around, you have four different characters. You pretty much play the trooper, which pretty much sums it up for me as the all around getting your feet wet type of guy. He's the guy who's not really a specialist in anything. Just somebody if you just don't want to think about anything and just play the game. Pretty much the trooper is for you. Or you just like loving the shutout for 2017 and you just want to stick to the original classic. Next up is the Jet, who is incredibly weak when it comes to health. The Jet is pretty much as it is. It's a guy who has like a light jet armor, and he can and he's the fastest of the group, and can float and move around quickly, and he can go on buildings, which can be both a good thing or a bad thing, but it really all depends on which Ravager type you're facing. Next up is the heavy weapon specialist, who is pretty much a close range warrior. He has some really damage dealing weapons, but be prepared to take a lot of hits. Basically, you're the tank of the group. You're the heavy is the guy who goes in there and has to take and actually takes the blunt of the force while the others do their business. Tactical is just that. Actually, he's actually my favorite of the four because tactical you not only attack with your own weapons, which are not half bad, especially considering the others, but you can also drop down turrets for extra bonuses. Like for one, you can drop down a radar, and you can see how many enemies are around you, or you can drop down like a gun turret that'll help you fire against the attacks. And as I said before, the tactical's own weapons that he actually shoots with his own hands aren't bad either, and that's why I love him. Literally, you're dealing double damage to the enemy. But other than that, those are all the only real pros I have of the game. The first con I have, or problem I have, is like Armageddon, that the stages seem a lot smaller, especially compared to 2017. You always seem to be within the same city. I don't know if that's the case or not. After a while, I just kind of zone out. Just wondering when was the next enemy to attack. But it always seems to be the same. And I wouldn't have a problem with this, but you always seem confined in some way. Even when you're blowing up buildings, it just doesn't give you that feel of openness that 2017 has. And with that being said, let's actually talk about the backup or the aids you are given. In Insect Armageddon, there are certain times in the stages you'll be given turrets, and vehicles to do, but at the same time they seem like less useful than in the first one. See, one thing I loved about the 2017 was that at one point you are given a helicopter and you can literally go up above the city and the whole area. For those who have played 2017, you'll know what I'm talking about. You feel like you're in an open world environment. It is just incredible. It's really good. It really does feel good. It's an Armageddon. You don't really get that. The closest thing you have is actually the jet trooper, but he can't really go that high. He has to land on the ground after some point. The turrets, honestly, especially like in Hard and Inferno, the turrets are kind of useless. It's like you have to you have to actually burn up the turret in order to kill maybe like one or two bugs and like overheat the turret before you can actually go on to the next one. But at that time, you have to wait for the turret to cool off before you can use it again. The tank mission, wasn't half bad. I didn't last very long because I was actually playing it on hard at the time, so I pretty much got my butt whipped. One thing though, there's the Earth Defense Force budget is low budget, and it definitely shows in this game. When you beat the game, honestly, when I beat the game, I didn't even realize it until I actually went back to the first level. You don't even get the end credits after you beat the game. It's kind of odd. It doesn't even come with instruction booklets. What is that about? It was a budget game. It was $40, but honestly, I'll tell you all this now. Earth Defense Force will only keep you in as long as you play it with friends. Single player is all right, but it will take its toll on you. It's meant to be played like maybe over a weekend with your friends, and just shoot mindless bugs. Oh, and let's talk about the enemies. Your enemies are pretty much little bug, big bug, bigger bug, metal bug, big robot, bigger robot, flying robots, and flying ships that drops bugs and robots. Enough said, I guess. Overall, it's an alright game, but honestly, unless you're an EDF hardcore player, it's not for you. Just like give it a rate and try it out. And if you like it, it's only $40 new. There you go. I mean, after all, it is a budget title. But for everyone else, proceed with caution. As I said, I'm an EDF fan. I got it day one, and I enjoy it, but not as much as 2012, 2017. I know I keep making that reference to 2017, but but honestly, as an EDF fan and those EDF fans, you really have to make the comparison in order to truly talk about the game. But that's pretty much all I have to say about EDF. So stay tuned next time for my next video. And to my one subscriber, thanks a lot for subscribing. That was awesome of you. I don't even care. It's a pity subscribe. As I said, I don't expect this channel to get many views anyway. So you're awesome. Anyway, this is the K3 Shadow. Peace out.